We're called Gladrags. We're a community costume resource, and we provide costumes, a whole range from professional companies to schools and community groups. But our charitable ethos is around costumes and artefacts being reused and repurposed, hence the hire, and making that accessible to everyone across the board. So our biggest clientele, as it were, are small community groups, charities and schools across Sussex. Well, actually, I'm the only employee. We have 4 part-time freelance staff, but the bulk of the team are volunteers. So we have about 30 volunteers at the moment who give their time across the week, and we depend on them to, keep things running. Actually, being in a basement unit is really helpful to us because we deal in clothing and garments, so we don't get any sun damage and light damage. So it's really, beneficial as a space. And when we moved here, we were needing a space that we could grow in. So we had probably a fifth of the stock that we have now when we first moved here. So we needed to know that was possible. And because East Brighton Trust, are able to support us really as tenants, it felt like being somewhere where there's sort of a genuine relationship between landlord and tenant was going to be beneficial. And the sustainable nature of the whole estate was also appealing and kind of ties in with our ethos as well. Well, yeah, I feel really passionate about that actually. It's quite an unusual model, isn't it? And I think it's a really brilliant one. And as a charity, that's something we benefited from. We have applied to grants from East Brighton Trust, but more importantly, because of the way their grants process works, I feel like it's very accessible to small groups who are trying to do their best in their community. And East Brighton is the wards in East Brighton are amongst the poorest in this city, so that you're reaching groups and people who need funding the most, but the process is really accessible to people who aren't necessarily established organisations or used to writing funding bids, and kind of gives them the courage to apply for funds and really make a difference in their community. So I think it's brilliant.